part by Montanore Vineyards, Taylor Electric, and Cardale Mountain Realty.
The Ducks won the toss of the coin, elected to defer until the second half, so BYU will get the football to start the game. Ideal playing conditions, beautiful as far as the fans were concerned, but there was a bit of a wind, Coach, and that did play a factor in this game, didn't it?
I would say a little bit more than a bit of a wind. It was definitely a factor in the contest, and started out in our favor, actually. BYU elects to receive, and we get to kick off with the wind at our back, and BYU had terrible field position most of the first quarter, and we took full advantage of that.
You're looking at the Oregon defense, which will be on the field to start the football game, and in the secondary, you actually played a number of different looks. This is just your basic look, the same kind of starters that we have most of the year, but you played a lot of 5 and 6 defensive backs throughout the course of the game. Offensively, you see the lineup right there: Todd Gettison starting at right tackle, Musgrave, Shedrick, Burwell, Thomason, and McClellan.
We actually start the game with a nice kickoff here, no return, and now we don't start with our normal defense. We only go with 2 defensive linemen, LeBounty and Woods, and we have Andy Connor and Peter Brantley, and a 5th defensive back, Daryl Singleton, in the game. Bring outside pressure here. Detmer goes deep, almost intercepted by Smith and Castle.
3rd down and 5 for BYU. Big play right here. Field position plus you get a nice sack. Jeff Cummins.
Great effort by Cummings. We'd worked all week long on containment, and he came up the field. You can see from the right of your screen here, he comes up the field, plays off 1 block, gets pushed, and just lunges and grabs Detmer's ankle before he can break contain, and we get a big sack.
5 different players had sacks in this game for the Ducks, and Cummins getting number 3 on the season for him. So you get it back, and you get great field position, too, at the 44.
Here we go on the sweep. Good job by Sean Burwell, who was playing on a very tender turf toe. Did a good job running. Here, Juan Shedrick, who also is playing on a very tender ankle, didn't play as well as he's capable, but certainly did a great job. Both of them were not 100%. Good pass protection here, finds Burwell wide open for the easy touchdown. Use Burwell in a little different position here. We've got 3 wideouts, 1 single back. Little quick play fake to freeze the safety, who would come over the top and pick up Burwell. The man that was on Burwell blitzed. We picked up the blitz. The safety's supposed to come back and pick up this zone, but he was frozen a little bit by the play fake there, and Burwell gets an easy touchdown. He is an excellent receiver coming out of the backfield, as well as being a great runner.
Indeed he is. That was his 5th touchdown of the season, 1st through the air. And the Ducks, with the early lead, 7-0. We've played 1:59 seconds. So the Cougars get it back, and you can see not very good field position. Daryl Singleton blitzing from the corner. Detmer loses the ball, recovered by BYU.
Great job by Singleton here, knocking the ball out of Detmer's hands. Right here, you can see him reach up and swat the football right out of his hands, and BYU was fortunate to get this back. I'm thinking this maybe should go as a sack in the official stats. Maybe not, I guess, but certainly for lost yardage. Excellent play by Daryl Singleton on the blitz off the corner.
So we go down low. Bellini slips, falls, a loss of about 5. 3rd down and long.
Great job here by Peter Brantley, forcing Detmer to set up, containing him. Just doing what he's supposed to do. The defense is for him to contain. He plays off of 2 blocks. You can see him on the tackle. You can see the back coming out and trying to block him. And Brantley comes out and forces Detmer to set up. And right there to meet him is Marcus Woods, described as a semi-forearm shiver and a belly bump, I think you said in the paper this morning, wasn't it?
I think that's what
well, he can bump bellies with anybody. I want you to know that. Great safety. Great job by Marcus Woods.
Yeah, the nice thing is you get a free kick and you get the football back with another opportunity to score.
We do. Nice job there by Jeff Thomason, picking up the 1st down.
3rd down and 9 on this play. Musgrave, great catch and concentration by Michael McClellan.
It is a good job, good throw, thrown out where the receiver can get it and the defender can't. But look at the pass protection here. They're in a 4-man rush. Look at the pocket. Great protection. Musgrave throws it up. over the outside shoulder, and McClellan makes the reception for the first down deep in BYU territory.
Gain of 28. First and goal from the 6. And this one's called back on a holding penalty.
You know, I looked at this and I can't find the hold. It was on Mark Spear, and I just think he did a great job blocking. Now we come right back and throw the pick against the zone coverage and miss a scoring opportunity. And that's, you know, we're up, looks like by 16 points, and we lose it. Here's a nice job by Andy Connor getting the sack on Detmer. Again, off the contain rush. We made a big deal of containing him and keeping him in the pocket on the bootleg. We didn't bite on the bootleg fake. Detmer loses his balance a little bit, but under pressure from Connor, goes down with the sack.
You know, Coach, you had 5 official sacks, but I think Detmer must have gone to the turf about 10 or 12 other times just as he released the ball to you. He had great pressure most of the day.
Well, he did, and here's one of them right here. Tremendous pressure, almost intercepted. His receivers were covered. The people kept coming, forced him into just unloading the ball and running for his life. Great job there by Andy Sunia, allowing Musgrave time to find Burwell, who had gone across the formation in motion. You can see Burwell coming out the top side of your screen. Good block there by Andy Sunia, buying time for Burwell to get into the open and make the first down reception.
So again, deep in BYU territory. This is actually a 3rd down and 7.
Dropping back to throw, pressured. It was a hot read, and Juan Shedrick, who hasn't been able to practice much, missed the hot read and stopped, and McCallum goes in to convert the field goal.
So with the great field position, good defense, the Ducks lead it 12-0. So the Cougars get it back nearing the end of the first quarter, deep in their own territory. Nice play by Darrell Singleton.
Really is. Made a tackle for no gain. Darrell played a great football game. I think the best game of his career here. Good job there by Eric Castle and Singleton, although Smith does pick up the first down with that reception.
By inches. 1st and 10.
Great job here on the trap draw, Todd. Play I was very concerned about since we'd widened the perimeter of our defense, but Matt LeBounty does a good job sealing it off. Farwell and Andy Connor from the outside do a good job, and Roy Derry from the inside.
2nd down and 9. A couple of plays later, there's the same thing and the same result.
Roy Derry on the blitz from the backside gets to it because it's stopped up on the blitz. Nice job again by Andy Connor, stuffing it at the point of attack. Matt LeBounty and James Batista.
We go into the second quarter with the Ducks leading BYU 12-0. It's been a very good first 15 minutes of play, and when we come back, it's BYU with the football driving in Oregon territory at the 42.
Finds Blaney, great receiver, makes a nice catch there, picks it right off the turf. Real nice reception. Now they fake the draw, get good pressure there by Peter Brantley. The ball's thrown up, and Darrell Smith catches the football, falls into the end zone on his back, and he gets a touchback. A nice interception. You can see Brantley coming on to put the pressure, but a nice interception here by Smith, who leaps up and comes down on the goal line, which means it's a touchback.
And he has to come away with that cleanly, or else if they call dual possession, it's a touchdown for BYU.
That's right. Now we run the sweep, and Burwell cuts back, fumbles the football, and we very fortunately, Todd Gettison out-muscles a BYU player to recover that ball.
He might have stolen that one.
Yeah, I think he did. It's about time we get a break on one of those fumbles that are underneath the pile. Nice job by Joe Reitzig picking up the first down. Musgrave throws complete. Oh, Coach Graywood, not as nifty as he used to be on the sideline.
He's got to keep the hands up and move the feet.
He's got to move his feet. Just short of the first down. The Ducks got some moves there. Everything's going pretty good at this point.
Well, it's just a matter of time, I guess, before BYU finally gets its offense cranked up. They do on this possession here.
Good pressure there, but Detmer stood right in and delivered a nice pass. Now we don't get a very good rush on this one. He finds an open receiver, and we're over there to make the tackle, Roy Derry and James Batista.
Gain of 12. The next play we see is 3rd down and 8. Great throw.
Great. I'm standing right there, and I thought that he was going to intercept it. The official, I'm telling him he had his foot on the line out of bounds, but he didn't, and the official knew better, and I did too. So a floater here that, you know, had a chance to be intercepted, but nice play back there by Eric Castle, knocked it down. Faked the draw. This play is the play that Andy Connor's ankle buckled on him, and they get a nice big completion down to our 2-yard line, 2.5-yard line. And initially, they thought Andy might have broken his ankle. The x-rays were negative, however, and it's a very bad sprain, and the doctors are predicting now he'll be out from 2 to 6 weeks.
Detmer rolls out, really could have probably run it in, maybe not, as Farwell was there, but he throws the touchdown pass, and BYU scores. 70 yards in 7 plays, and all of a sudden, after dominating play, BYU's back in it. Offense
struggles here, but the defense keeps playing well. Nice job by Peter Brantley, allowing Jeff Cummings to come from the backside and get a tackle. Watch Peter Brantley here shed the tight end, Chris Smith, come in and force the back to stop there, and Cummings from the backside, along with LeBounty, make the play for a 5-yard loss.
You guys get it back, unable to move it, so BYU gets it with about 4 minutes to play in the first half.
Just great reception there. He had control, they ruled, and the turf knocked it out. Just a real nice pass and reception. Run the draw play again. Marcus Woods, he really controlled the middle of that line. He took that offensive lineman and just stuffed him back into the fullback. Here they run the triple receiver set out here. Again, we have containment, good pressure by Peter Brantley, which caused him to throw the ball quickly, and Steve Kemp gets his first career interception here. Watch, good pressure here, great pressure. He's hitting him just as he throws the ball, and Kemp is right there to get the interception to shut off. So we trade the interceptions in the end zone, so that part's even now.
Both teams missing scoring opportunities. So with about a minute and a half left, the Ducks with another possession. Boy, this one could have been a big, big gainer as Shedrick unable to hold on.
It was. There was 3 or 4 blockers out there, 1 BYU defender, and that looked like a big play, maybe a touchdown, but it was dropped. Good pressure there by Jeff Cummings.
And there's your 12th man.
And the umpire gets one right in the back of the ear. That's a tough place to be.
Into the third quarter we go. The Ducks are leading BYU 12-7, but as we pick up action, the Cougars will have the football on their first possession of the second half. 2nd and 10 play here from the Oregon 43-yard line as the Cougars had good field position. Chris Smith, the reception, breaks a couple of tackles and picks up 18.
One of the poorest plays we had because we had people there to make the play, and not only did we not make the play, we turned him loose. Good job again by Marcus Woods stuffing the thing in the backfield. You can see Marcus come in and stuff the lineman, and the back bounces off, and Doug Douglas, who's in there playing in place of injured Andy Connor, played a good football game and gets the tackle for a loss. But the real play was made by Marcus Woods again. He just is dominating the middle of our opponent's interior line.
And the field goal by Kaufman is good. It's 12-10 with a whole lot of time left to play in this football game.
And we need to do something now, and you know, things are getting a little tight. Calamini now playing the fullback position comes out with a pass reception and picks up 8 yards.
This is a very big drive in the game, as you had alluded to earlier, against the wind, and a key third down play as Michael McClellan comes up with one of his 7 receptions.
Nice job off the blitz. Somebody coming right into Musgrave's face. He gets the ball off to McClellan for the first down. Again, pretty good pressure, but Jeff Thomason on the tight end delay, who's playing on a bad Achilles, did a good job here getting the reception and almost broke this for a bigger gain, but he just got tripped up there as he's trying to break out into the clear.
Gain of 14. Next play we see is 2nd down and 12. Musgrave now gets hot. He had struggled in the second quarter, but in this drive, I think he completes 5 in a row and was razor sharp.
Great job on the pass protection. Again, you can see Musgrave does a good job avoiding the one rusher there, and a good job by Scott Boatwright protecting, and allows him to step up in the pocket and buy time to find Joe Reitzig open on the curl pass.
Gain of 18, another first down. The next play we see is 2nd down and 4. What a play here by Sean Burwell.
I'll tell you.
And we're going to look at this one again.
He's got a few moves. They really gave us trouble on our counter play. You can see the BYU defensive lineman comes right in, and our tackle can't cut him off. Burwell sheds a tackle in the backfield. That looked a little bit like Derek Lavelle in the backfield. Nothing there, but he made something out of it. And Sean's got more moves than well, I won't say that. He's got a lot of moves. Great protection here, great protection, but Bill can't find anybody open. Offensive pass interference, defensive pass interference, as Thomason was coming across there, and the BYU hit him as the ball came there. Play action pass, a lot of time again, great protection, finds McClellan for the touchdown. Good fake there on the waggle pass, and look at the protection again. Good job by Tattersall and Kanapu.
Heisman Trophy?
Here we go again. I don't know. I guess maybe he's posing for a bronze statue or something.
Whatever it is, it's his first reception for a touchdown as a Duck. Remember, he'd returned one for a touchdown on a kickoff. Here they ruled that he'd blown the whistle trying to protect Detmer from further injury, so they gave Batista the sack. On the blitz here, you can see Batista come, playing our middle linebacker. He's in possession. He's blown the whistle, and that's why the sack stood, and he didn't get to unload the ball. 2nd down and 21. Detmer. Near side, almost picked off by Eric Castle. Good job by Castle. Excellent pressure by LaBounty coming up the middle, and also from, I believe it was Ernest Jones coming off the right side. In fact, here comes Ernest Jones on the sack from the backside. Loss of 6. A little speed in there. We're rushing a 205-pound outside linebacker on that big 280-pound tackle, but you can see the quickness and speed of Ernest Jones as he's being held, but comes off and makes the sack on Detmer. Redshirt freshman from Utica, New York. He's come a long way, and he's going to be a very good football player. He certainly is. The Ducks get it back into the wind again, and the offense continues to click. And again, I can't emphasize enough the pass protection on these particular drives. Bill had a lot of time to throw again there. Good protection again, a little quick pass to Michael McClellan, and out of bounds into the TV camera and truck. So after a gain of 9, the next play we see will be a 2nd down and 18. Musgrave having been sacked. All alone, Jeff Thomason, 31 yards. Busted coverage. Just a great play by Musgrave reading it. You can see Thomason coming off the tight end. Musgrave reads it. See the guy starting to chase him, realizing that, he'd made a mistake, and it's too late. Jeff running on that bad Achilles. You can see that left leg's taped clear up to his knee. His 4th touchdown reception. You go for 2. Thomason couldn't haul this one in. Almost. Failed on the 2-point conversion. 25-10. BYU gets it back, but boy, just don't go anywhere as Batista again stacking it up in the middle. Yeah, we're coming on a blitz here. Nice job by LaBounty turning it back in so Batista can make the play. So BYU is stopped. They are forced to punt, and the Ducks take over. 1:35 to play in the 3rd period. Sean Burwell getting excellent blocking on the perimeter. Jeff Thomason, the tight end. Calamini, the fullback, now doing a good job of blocking. Musgrave back to throw again and finds McClellan up near midfield for the 1st down. This is your best drive of the day as far as rushing the football. Definitely able to move it on the ground in this drive. Again, we get some good blocking on the perimeter. We didn't do a very good job running the ball in the middle, but certainly Jeff Thomason did a great job blocking at tight end. Calamini did some good blocking at fullback, and there's Calamini coming out on the fullback delay over the middle for another 1st down. Into the 4th quarter we go as the Ducks have broken it open a little bit, leading 25-10 as we pick up action. The Ducks are mounting a drive, trying to put in another score. Calamini again this time, 17 yards. Nice block by Michael McClellan for some additional yardage. We'll look at it again. Burwell around the corner here on the pitch. Shedrick's in there trying to get a block, but Burwell just outruns the missed block and everything else, and then does a good job making a cutback here. It gets a good block by our wide receiver downfield, Michael McClellan, to cut back underneath and pick up a 17-yard gain. So the Ducks now faced with a 2nd and 15 after a delay of game penalty. Blitz picked up very nicely on the screen pass here. We flip it over to Burwell. Same type of screen we had open earlier to Shedrick, and when he dropped it, Burwell gets the fake and then comes out the backside. You can see the lineman slipping out there. Bud Bowie, number 67, coming out and getting a nice block on Crutchfield there.
and stays on him, and Burwell cuts back for a 19-yard gain and a first down.
First and goal from the 8. It's Burwell again. Picks up about 5. Second and goal.
He's tired.
From the 3-yard line.
Here we run the blast option, fake the pitch, and Musgrave walks into the end zone.
His second rushing touchdown of the year, third of his career. Coach, I guess you put this play in this week to use. Tell us how it worked.
Well, we did. We've had option in before, Todd, but this is a goal line option, and after running the blast a few times last week and not scoring, we figured we'd come outside with something maybe to loosen the defense up. And we had McClellan over here, brought him in short, what we call choke motion, and he comes around deep, and he is the pitch man on the option. Musgrave takes the snap, comes back, and fakes the blast play to Burwell right up the middle, and then after he makes the fake, he continues right down the line and options the end man on the line of scrimmage. He faked the pitch, saw a big crease up inside, and just tucked it up inside. Pretty simple play.
It looked awful easy. Let's take a look at it again on the replay.
You can see the fake to Burwell. Now Musgrave attacks the line of scrimmage, and a good job over there by Big Dan Mitchell, our 6'7", 265-pound redshirt freshman tight end and tackle slash. Wears 98 at tight end, 62 at tackle.
Nice job there, and Musgrave keeping on the option for the touchdown. 32-10 with 12 and a half to play. In pretty good shape, right?
You think so,
Piece
but
of cake.
hey, BYU, you never know. And here comes the boot. They fake the out on us. We bite on the out, and a perfect pass to Detmer by Detmer for a 69-yard touchdown, and the game is interesting again.
Well, they scored 36 points in one quarter against Washington State, so you have to be concerned knowing their explosiveness. This was big, though. They missed the two-point conversion.
Missed the two-point conversion, and now they need 2 scores and 2 two-point conversions to tie us.
So in essence, they need, they have to cross the goal line 4 times just to tie the game. But the defense from here on out, solid. Darryl Smith, his second interception of the day.
Great job by Darryl Smith playing the deep middle. The ball got up into the wind a little bit here and floated. Good pressure up there by Romeo Bandison, the redshirt freshman coming up the middle. Goes up high just like a basketball rebound there, Darryl Smith did, and now he tucks the ball away and gets caught from behind as Roy Derry's trying to take the ball away from him. Said, let me run with it, let me run with it. He hasn't had an interception this year, so he's just trying to get anything he can. Musgrave to Jeff Thomason again on the tight end delay for the first down. You can see the good protection again. Musgrave looks people off, and Thomason picks up another nice reception.
So the ball now in BYU territory with about 6.5, 7 minutes to play in the football game.
Sweep into our near bench there. Good block by Calamini. Good job by McClellan out there, and excellent extra effort running by Sean Burwell.
We'll take a look at it again.
Watch the block, if you will, by Calamini, number 28, playing fullback now. Watch the block. Excellent block. McClellan tying his man up. Burwell trying to cut back. Nice little move there by Collinsworth, kind of little hop, skip.
Nice footwork.
Yeah, looks like the dancing bear from Russia. Sweep again to the bottom of the screen. Calamini again coming out. Excellent block by Calamini again, and Burwell picks up another first down.
So the drive unfortunately stalled, and this is a rarity, folks. In fact, this is the first time it's ever happened. McCallum missing from inside 40 yards. 37 yards out, no good. It's too bad.
That happens to everybody, and he'll be back because he's a great kicker.
All right, 5 minutes to play. Still, nobody can really breathe comfortably. Steve Kemp almost had his second interception.
He had a great play on the ball, and his foot came down, and we were looking right at it about an inch on the white stripe on the sideline, just a little bit out of there. Here's a ball that floated up and should have been intercepted by Singleton. That should have been a personal foul right there.
So, second down and 20 for BYU.
Good protection. They complete a pass. We just kind of fall down. BYU talked about them slipping a little bit. We slipped there. That could have been an interception, but Muhammad Oliver fell down. Great pressure by Bandison. Rolls out. Marcus Woods over there, but there comes Bellini. escaping and trying to plant off of his inside foot and slips down.
A couple of plays later from the Oregon 31, Detmer trying to go deep. At this point, he has to have a quick touchdown, and Darrell Smith, number 3.
That's kind of an amazing day, isn't it, for a guy who's playing his 4th major college football game, comes up with a 3rd interception in one game. Great play, plays the ball high, comes down, and falls back into the end zone.
That ties an Oregon record for interceptions in a game by one player. Well, BYU does get the football back with 1:55 to play. They're down by 16. Detmer from behind Peter Brantley. Now, they ruled that incomplete, I guess, didn't they, Coach?
They did, and this is, I thought he was down. Watch Brantley's, they're almost taking his jersey off there. He gets him. Detmer's knee is down. The left knee is down before the ball ever comes out. There was a receiver there, 32, in the vicinity where he tried to throw that ball. That's why they called it an incomplete pass, but the sack should have stood on that play.
And I guess a fitting ending, an interception.
Great,
Steve Kemp.
Steve Kemp, 5th-year senior, played the greatest game of his career. He got 2 interceptions here, made some nice key plays. Detmer throwing over the middle, a little high, and there's Kemp to pick it up for an interception on the 4-yard line.
There was a celebratory atmosphere as a lot of folks came out onto the field. Were just a joyous occasion for Oregon football fans, one they've waited for a long time. It was a great, great victory. The final score, Oregon 32, BYU 16. Let's take a look at some of the final stats. As you look at the team statistics, let me go over some of the individual stats. Sean Burwell, the leading rusher in the game for the Ducks, 104 yards, second time he's been over 100 yards this year on 28 carries. Passing, Musgrave with the advantage. 23 of 37, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception, 286 yards, and he also scored once on the run. Detmer, 33 of 57, 2 touchdowns, 442 yards, but intercepted 5 times and sacked 5 times. The leading receiver in the ballgame for the Ducks, Michael McClellan, 7 for 78. Flip the page and look at some of the other stats. You see penalties. The Ducks once again did a nice job in that area. The interceptions, the most ever against Ty Detmer. And then the final stats, Tommy Thompson didn't have his best day punting. He averaged 37.5 yards. And the sacks, you see, very definitely a factor in this game. It was sure nice to be 4-1 going into the game against the Huskies in Seattle in 2 weeks. Next week, Utah State, and we'll have the highlights of that one for you right here, same time, same place. So for the coach, I'm Todd McKim. Thanks for joining us, and we will see you next week.
Oregon Football 90 with head coach Rich Brooks and KEZI sports director Todd McKim. Sponsored in part by Immer and Oswald Volvo, Oregon Club of Portland, and Mashafi